the odds of you being alive are something like 1 in 10 to the power of 2,600,000 and something. And that is so insane to me. That is so improbable. And that number comes from everything lining up perfectly. Your parents meeting, them being born, their parents being born, thousands of generations not breaking the chain. And all of us, we just continue to waste our winning lottery ticket called life. And for me, today was a decent day, but it helped me realise something. And I started talking about the wins and the losses today, and more about that lottery ticket and how we continue to just waste our lives doing meaningless things we don't even enjoy. So last night I didn't sleep enough. I went to bed way too late. I'd scheduled a time to go to bed, and I got in a conversation with someone. I guess it wasn't as bad as scrolling TikTok, but that doesn't offset the loss. I broke the plan, I broke the schedule. So obviously I was very tired getting up this morning. I planned to get up a lot earlier than I did. I chose stimulation over rest, I guess, and I felt it straight away this morning. So that was instantly a big loss for me. But you shouldn't let one thing in your day define you, because later in the day I went to the gym, had a solid leg session and some cardio. The cardio was killer. Nothing crazy, I just did what I said I would, and that matters more than most people realise. Yes, I said I'd sleep at X time, and I didn't, but that's one loss. The day isn't defined by one singular thing. It's about stacking up the wins. And nobody can have a perfect day. We're only human, but that doesn't excuse it. And after the gym, I went back to school to do a bit of revision. I was having my lunch, had my laptop out. I was just getting some work up, and my friend came over. I hadn't spoke to him in quite a while, so we started catching up just about like gym, life and normal stuff. And anyway, mid-conversation, he pulls out his phone and starts scrolling Instagram reels. And I joked about it to him because we're good friends, telling him to get off. And I asked him why he even does it and if he actually enjoys it. And he said no, he hates it and he just can't stop himself. And that's so relatable to me. I used to, and still do occasionally, always find myself scrolling, but like never mid-conversation. This was something I hadn't really seen before. And he was aware of this bad habit, and because our school had mock exams a few weeks ago, he was telling me during the first week of mock exams he was scrolling TikTok for 3 hours a day, fully aware of what he was doing, in the moment, not on autopilot, and he knew it was stupid. He knew it was hurting him and like harming his future, or just the person he wants to be. Maybe something won't like impact your future, but it's about showing up and being the person you'd like to be in 10 years. And for me, that person I aspire to be isn't scrolling TikTok, isn't scrolling Instagram, isn't scrolling YouTube or whatever. And that's the part people don't like talking about. And I think a big reason this happens is because our dopamine baseline is so messed up. We're so used to constant stimulation that anything normal feels empty. Sitting with your thoughts, working in silence, studying without a screen nearby, even just being bored, it doesn't feel hard, it just feels empty and wrong. So the moment your brain drops below that baseline, it looks for the fastest way back up, scroll, message, check the phone, do meaningless things on phones, laptops, Xboxes, whatever. Anything that gives us that dopamine hit without effort, we don't deserve it. And the more you do that, the lower your baseline gets. So focus starts to feel painful and more impossible, and discipline feels like some extreme thing, and boredom is unbearable. And that's why someone can be fully aware they're wasting time and still refuse to stop. I'm guilty of this on some occasions. The discomfort of stopping feels worse than the consequences of continuing. I think that's a good way of summarising it. So what I'm actually doing to fix this, after that conversation, I really got thinking and I realised something. You don't fix it by trying to be motivated. Motivation won't help when your baseline is like on the floor. You fix it by changing what you can tolerate. And when I got home today, I noticed myself about to do the usual thing. Like, I told myself I'd earned an easier evening, that I could slow down, and that I'd already done enough. So instead, I did a few simple things. I just removed the easy dopamine, phone out of reach, airplane mode on, like all the app blockers on, no background noise, no like half scrolling whilst working. And second, I worked until the task was finished, not for X amount of time or till the time ran out. No negotiating and no good enough for today. And the third thing, I accepted that it was going to feel boring. That was the key part. It's not always like some super glamorous, fun, enjoyable task. I didn't try to escape that feeling. I just accepted it for what it was. And after a while, something shifted, focus came back. I was actually understanding and recalling all the facts or whatever. And not because I felt inspired, but because I stopped giving my brain an easier option. I just forced it to do the hard work. And this is what I'm realising more and more. If you want to become the person you say you want to be, you don't become that person by thinking about them. You become them by copying their tolerance for discomfort. The version of you that has the life you want doesn't scroll for 3 hours during exams, doesn't negotiate every day, doesn't need to feel good to do what needs to be done. Doesn't say like, I'll work for 4 hours today. You need to just set out a few tasks and just do them all, no matter how long it takes you. Do the task that you need to do to become the person you want to be. You just need to do it even when it's boring, quiet and uncomfortable, and that's the standard I'm really trying to hold myself to. I'm done negotiating with myself, and if something is endurable, I'll endure it. And if I say I want a certain life, I'm going to act like it's worth the time it takes. And if you're watching this, you might recognise yourself in any of this, like staying up too late, doom scrolling, fully aware that you're wasting time. And it's not about learning more, it's about choosing who's in control. There's not some secret life hack no one's told you about. It's just choosing who's in control, because knowing better and still doing worse is a decision. It's your fault. So today I chose differently, and I chose to be better. I chose to work towards the person I want to be. So yeah, that's it for today.